blood. I always believed blood meant loyalty. I was wrong. My name is Alina Carter. I'm 29, and 3 years ago, I built a digital marketing company from my one-bedroom apartment. No investors, no family money. Just 16-hour days and panic attacks at 2 a.m. My parents never believed in it. My father used to say, "It's not a real business unless you wear a suit and go to an office." But my younger sister, Vanessa, she wore the suits. She worked at Dad's friend's firm. She was the responsible one. The engagement party, the night everything exploded, was supposed to be the happiest of my life. My fiancé, Daniel, had planned a beautiful engagement dinner at a private restaurant hall. About 60 guests, family, friends, and high-level business partners. Fairy lights, soft music, champagne glasses clinking. I was glowing until Vanessa stood up. She tapped her fork against her glass. "Can I say something?" Everyone smiled. She looked directly at me. "I just want to congratulate my sister," she said sweetly, "especially since she won't be stressed about running that little company anymore." The room went quiet. I laughed nervously. "What?" Then she dropped the bomb. "Mom and Dad officially transferred ownership of your company to me yesterday. Since technically, they were majority investors." My heart stopped. Transferred? Majority investors? That wasn't true. They had given me a small loan 2 years ago, which I repaid with interest. But I never gave them ownership. My father stood up slowly. "It's better this way," he said. "Vanessa understands business structure. You're getting married soon. You need stability. Stability." Translation: they thought I wasn't capable. The humiliation. Guests started whispering. One of my biggest clients looked confused. Daniel squeezed my hand under the table. Vanessa smiled like she had just won a trophy. "Oh, and don't worry," she added. "You'll still have a job. I might keep you as creative director." Keep me as an employee. In the company I built from scratch. In front of my investors. In front of my fiancé. In front of everyone. My mother nodded like this was a generous gift. I felt heat rise to my face, but I didn't cry. Instead, I took a slow sip of champagne and looked at my father. "Are you sure you want to do this?" I asked calmly. He frowned. "It's already done." I nodded. "Okay." Then I turned to Daniel. "Babe, can you grab the blue folder from the car? The twist begins." Daniel came back 5 minutes later with the folder. I walked to the center of the room. "Since we're making announcements," I said sweetly, "I guess I should share mine too. And since we're talking about ownership," I held up a document. The loan agreement my parents signed. It clearly states it was a loan, not equity. Gasps. Vanessa's face tightened. I pulled out another document. And here is the repayment confirmation, signed and notarized. Silence. My father's jaw clenched. "But that's not the best part. Because technically, none of you own my company." Vanessa blinked. "What?" "The real power move. 2 years ago," I continued, "when my company hit 6 figures, I restructured it under a holding corporation. A holding corporation owned entirely by me." I let the words sink in. "The operational brand you think you transferred? It's just a shell." Whispers exploded across the room. My biggest client stood up. "Wait, so who owns the contracts?" I smiled at him. "I do." I pulled out the final document. "And since Vanessa announced ownership publicly tonight, I guess it's only fair I announce something too." I turned to my sister. "You can keep the shell company. Because as of tomorrow, I'm rebranding, relaunching, and taking every major client with me." The client at the back laughed. "Damn. The collapse?" Vanessa looked at Dad. "You said it was real." Dad looked confused. "You never told me about restructuring." I tilted my head. "You never asked." Mom stood up. "Alina, don't embarrass us." I laughed softly. "You embarrassed yourselves." Then I leaned closer to Vanessa. And next time you try to steal something, read the fine print. The final blow, I thought that was enough. But Daniel wasn't done. He stood up. Oh, and since we're clearing things up, I was one of the silent investors in Alina's holding company. Their faces drained of color. So technically, he added casually, you tried to steal from both of us. The room exploded. Vanessa grabbed her purse. This isn't over, she hissed. I smiled. It is. Walking away. Half the guests left with us, including 3 of Vanessa's supposed future clients. My father called me that night. I didn't answer. The next morning, Vanessa's company had 0 contracts, 0 staff, 0 access to accounts. Because access was tied to my holding structure. She had a name. I had the business. 3 months later, we relaunched under a new name. Tripled revenue. Expanded internationally. And my parents? They sent a message. Family shouldn't fight over money. I finally replied, then you shouldn't have tried to take mine. The lesson? So if someone ever stands up in a room full of people and tries to humiliate you, let them finish. Then stand up calmly and destroy them with paperwork.